Yeah, I thought it was it's a Southern Conference game. That's what the first five have been. Seems like every game has come down to the last 4 minutes, and we were able to make more plays than them down the stretch. I thought some guys stepped up and made some big plays. We're starting to get comfortable in close games, and that's a sign of a good team and a veteran team that can make plays down the stretch. And we ought to be getting comfortable in them because we're in a lot of them, And Coach Kraft gave me a stat today that I think our league leads the country in games that are decided by whatever points, and I think it's just there's a lot of parity in our league, and anybody can beat anybody on any given night, and you got to be ready to play. And so we got the win. Credit Houston Baptist. I thought they were good. They're tough to guard. They're really good offensively. They got good players, and Big Kid's good, and DeBose is good, and they made some plays. We just made more than them.
You get up 8 with about 10 minutes left, then they make a run and hit you back. What does it say about your team that you withstood that and then you make the run in the game?
Yeah, I think last week, we won a bunch of games on the offensive end, and tonight I felt like we won it on the defensive end. We gave that lead. We just could never get in any rhythm offensively. Everything was just ugly for us offensively, and I thought we got some good looks. We just didn't get them down. God has a way of humbling you. That's what I told him after the game. We go all this talk. We couldn't miss a shot last week, and then we come this tonight. We couldn't make a shot. Not the great looks. I love them. Rick needs to keep shooting them, and BJ needs to keep shooting them, and Jelani needs to keep shooting them, and Farquhar needs to keep shooting them, and Trey needs to keep shooting. Hit a big three, but we got good shooters. Guys can make shots, and we got to continue to do it. I thought they were good shots. They just didn't go in tonight, and we still found a way to win. And I think that's growth in a team.
So Jelani, 21 points. Nice to have him back, right?
Yeah, it was good to have him back. He served his time, and I think he was ready to go tonight. He knows that the guys had his back through this deal, and I thought he was good tonight. It was a little probably maybe us trying to get used to playing with him again a little bit. But I thought the second half he was much better than the first half. First half he looked winded, but we always, I guess we welcomed him back, and we're glad to have him back.
What does it say about the versatility that this team has shown? Over the past couple of weeks, you saw the way that Peyton was going off from the perimeter. Now today, it really had to knock down, drag it out inside. So what does it say about the versatility of the team?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And I think we're finding different ways to win games. And I think that shows a lot about our team and the depth in our team. And we said this from the beginning of the year, though. Everything starts for us inside out. And we got to continue to get better at getting the ball inside and getting fouled. We did a much better job of that the second half. But those guys get open shots because there's so much attention sometimes on our inside guys. And then, it just kind of depends on who he plays. So we're finding different ways, to answer your question, to win games. And I think that's exciting as a coach that we can do that.
What was the mental makeup of those guys whenever you're in the huddle up by 2 points?
Yeah, it was great, man. Like when they got the flagrant foul, I don't know what we were up 3, 4, 5 or whenever when that happened, but I told those guys right before that on that possession, 5 minutes to go or something, that we've been in these games. We've been in these games all year. The most disciplined team and the team that has the most maturity and the team that can get the ball to the free throw line, the team that can continue to make the extra pass, and the team that can get stops is going to win this game. And they just kind of smiled, because we've been there before. And I think that's the belief that we're starting to get in that locker room. Winning close games, I think I mentioned this to Grant on the radio last week or two, but I was in this situation. I was at Little Rock my first year. We went on a crazy run. We won like 12 out of 15 games, and I think 9 of those were on the road. But it seemed like every game was close. But every game that we were in that was close and we won, we felt more and more comfortable in the belief in that, and there's other ways to go when you don't win those games, you kind of go the other way. So proud of the guys for finding a way to win, and I think that's what veteran teams do.
Of course, you're not hoping that all games are this close moving forward. What's it going to take for these types of games to kind of get out of this spell of really tight games?
I don't know, man. I think our league's got a lot of parity, man, and I don't know if we're going to get out of this spell. I hope because I'd like to relax a little bit, but I think you got to give Houston Baptist is good. They beat Wake Forest. All 3 games they've lost, they lost in overtime, or they beat Lamar in overtime, lost in overtime to New Orleans, and lost on a last-second shot to Nichols. And so they're a good team, and every night in our leagues it seems like a battle. I would like to think when we get leads like 8, 9, or 10 with 9 or 10 to play that we can stretch those and find a way to get stops and be a little bit more comfortable down the stretch, but it just hasn't been that way right now. And so trust me, I would love the last 4 or 5 minutes, to relax over there, but I don't know if it's going to happen. It's our league, and I think we're playing well right now. I don't think it's anything that we're not. We just have these little spells, again, man, I think a lot of it is we had to go win. you know, the first half of Sam, we were not good at all. The second half of Sam, we were great. But I think we were learning how to play without Jelani, and we had to make more perimeter shots, you know, without him and do some different things. And I think that the second half of Sam propelled us to beat McNeese in Southeastern, you know. And then you come back tonight, and we got this starting lineup hasn't started together since Pepperdine. You know, it's been a long time. And so I just think, again, it's just getting guys on the floor and getting the ball back inside and finding when shooters are at. We have to find our comfort level on that offensively and continue to get better defensively.